Damn. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel.
Another banger. Make a call.
So today's video, we're going to be making a cake from a box. So this is the cake we're going to be making. It's a lemon cake. Take a screenshot. For those of you that already threw it in the trash, this is going to be helpful. Okay, so yeah, you're going to need some oil, 3 eggs, and some measuring cups. But of course, you can always just eye it. So yeah, of course, I'm gonna open it up and then I'm gonna cut it open and then I'm gonna pour it in there, right? I don't know if there's a specific order we're supposed to do this in, but hey, this is the order I'm doing it in. Okay. Of course, here we're not professionals. We're just trying to make ourselves some cake to save on calories and cash. Okay, period. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour that in. And actually, we almost didn't make it, Doc. Like we almost didn't make it because it barely reached. It didn't even reach the top actually. But I was like, that'll do. That'll do it. Okay. So yeah, I tried to pour as much in there as I could. Then, of course, I cracked the eggs and I put them in there. This one needed specifically 3 eggs. I've made another like box cake in the past, and it only ever needed 1 or 2. So I wonder why this one needed 3. But hey, those are not questions I ask. Okay, because all I need is that I need this cake and I need it to go into my stomach like immediately. But yeah, I add a cup of water, and then of course you're gonna stir it up. Stir, stir, stir until everything's blended. I have to say, as I started to stir it up and add everything in there, it started to smell really good. I started getting excited. Like I was like, wait a minute, this might be good because it was smelling like lemon cake, and I like lemon cake. I don't hate it. So I was like, oh my gosh, this might actually be really good because this is my first time trying this flavor. Because normally in the past, I've only ever bought like the vanilla flavored box cake. So yeah, I want to try something different, especially since I always purchase the lemon slices of cake that they always have at Fry's. So again, I'm trying to save money and on calories and just be a little more healthier. Okay. So now I couldn't decide which one to put it in, right? Because they're both pretty large, but they're not the same like height wise. I decided to go with the one that was deeper just in case, like, because I know bread, when you cook it, like it kind of lifts up. So if I did it in that flat one, yeah, here I am looking back at the instructions just to make sure because it had specific different cooking times for different sizes of pans, and this pan did not have its numbers. So I was just like, oh well, it is what it is. And I'm glad I used this pan because if I had used a smaller one, I think it would have overfilled. Yeah, most definitely. I was not gonna leave not one in there. I was gonna scrape I'm getting every single cent. Mind you, the box cake is so cheap. It's like $2. But one thing about me, yeah, I'm not gonna waste not one thing. Okay. So yeah, I put it in the oven. I preheated it at 350. I was actually supposed to preheat it at 325, so I did change it later on once it was already preheated. I don't know if that makes a difference, but in our situation, it doesn't matter. And then a tip to when you're cooking, make sure you're washing the dishes as you go because if you wait until the end, that pile is going to look mighty high. And like, I'm not doing that. So I always am washing the dishes, wiping down my environment as I'm cooking and cleaning. Like, not cooking and cleaning. As I'm cooking, I'm wiping everything down. So that way, when I finish cooking, everything is clean and done. I don't have to worry about, oh, now I got to wash the dishes. That's a tip I'm going to give you guys. So yeah, as it was cooking in there, I was washing the dishes, wiping things up, just making sure things are clean. All right, I went to check and it looked like it was starting to like cook, so I was happy. After 20 minutes, I checked to see if it was good enough. And the way you check is by putting a fork or something in the middle. And if it comes out dry, then it's ready. But if it comes out still wet, then it's not ready. Okay, so this was it in 20 minutes. Because again, guys, the measuring for the pan were not on the pan itself. So I had to just like estimate. This is 10 minutes later where I was checking because I did not want it to burn. Like I couldn't have it burn because I'm recording. So what am I gonna say if that thing burns? Okay. So then I checked. This is the second time. So this is after another I think it was 10 minutes. So it was 20 minutes, then this is 10 minutes. I did another 10 minutes and then by then it was dry. So here I am trying to transfer it into this pan cuz this is the container I'm going to be keeping the cake in. So I thought best that I do everything else on the pan, not the pan, on this lid because essentially the cake is going to sit on the lid and then the other part of the container is going to be like the top. So they've kind of switched roles. So instead of the bowl being where everything sits, it's going to be sitting on the lid. Yeah. This one I realized like, damn, if I didn't run out of oil, I was gonna oil up the pan, but I ran out of oil. Like, what can you do about it? The great thing is that it was just stuck. It wasn't like it was like hella burnt or anything like that. It's just that because I didn't put butter or anything at the bottom, it got stuck on there, which is expected. So here I am, just trying to do some magic, trying to do some finessing. So I was able to flip it over. Can we see it? And now I'm starting it. Starting to eat it. That's crazy. But yeah, so as you can see, it's not too bad. Okay, relax. Damn. So that's the thing, right? So you see, now I could just store everything like that. But first, I wanted to go ahead and put some icing on there, right? Because there's no cake without icing. And as I was eating those little pieces, I know I was eating mad, like I was eating kind of a lot, but it's because it wasn't sweet. I was like, hold on, is this not sweet like sweet? Because I really like my stuff sweet. I kind of have a sugar addiction. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I was like, this is not as sweet as the ones that I get in the store. Which, first of all, good for me because that means I'm saving up on the sugar, right? But I'm pretty sure there's still hella sugar in this cake. Like, let's not. This is not a healthy version of the cake or anything. I'm just saying, like, if I cook it, it's gonna be cheaper and they'll have less calories. That's the whole point of this health series. In the future, I'm gonna start posting some like workouts and like challenges. Currently, right now for the month of March, and I kind of started in February. I'm doing a month of like um intense intermediate fasting where I fast for 20 hours and then I eat for 4 hours, which I'll talk about in April. But so yeah, right now for now, we're just gonna focus on this cake, okay? But that's kind of a foreshadowing for you guys. I'm kind of working on that. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. But summer is right around the corner, and I gotta be snatched, okay? I gotta be snatched. But yeah, so I iced it, and now we're cutting it to get the final. Like, okay, let's try it and see. Try and rate it 1 to 10. So yeah, I cut it up. I even wanted to get those pieces that were still in there just so that like the cake doesn't slide or something like that. So first bite, not as sweet as I wanted. Like it's not sweet. It's not as sweet as I want, right? So I'm like, let me get some icing, right? Don't like that either. I just like I started reading on the package, like, did I get sugar free or not me down, not thumbs down. But yeah, personally, not my fave. But the cake came out pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.